You think Gordon the Gopher's gonna like come back?
Yeah, it's like maybe Gordon the Gopher's gonna pop back. And I was so nervous doing that show that I just ate a load of grapes. Like there was basically a setup where there was Gordon the Gopher on a hospital bed, and we are live on Facebook now.
Okay.
And they put out like a crate, not a crate, a punnet of grapes on the bed, and I was just so nervous that I was going yeah, like that, just eating my way through adrenaline and petrification.
I love that was like your like at first when you were just like grapes, I was like, is that your go-to nervous food? Like best get the grapes out.
You know what? I think it is. Like, I actually think anything that is like small and little that's just quick to nibble is my go-to nervous food. Like if you had if like there was popcorn in front of me, or if there was like crisps or nuts, I'd be woofing it.
Yeah. I'm the same actually. If I'm nervous, if there was like some crisps there, I would be like stuck in my face now and just eating them all.
Yes.
I'm very much a nervous eater.
Yeah, me too. Me too. God, yeah, for sure. Well, we are definitely live on Facebook, my lovely friend. So I'll just do a random word generator. Mutation. Ooh. Mutation is the word. Well, there's various, but I just saw that one first. Mutation. So that's the word. What was it? Where's me clock? Oh yeah. Stopwatch. This is me doing my gormless tech bit. Mutation is the word. I'm just going to walk into it because it helps.
Okay.
It's grown.
Oh, it has. It's looking quite alarmingly big, actually. Oh,
how's yours? Is it?
Well, it's not grown, but I think it's making some weird noises.
Oh my gosh, I think you've got the ZX4000 gene where they implant a talking limb. I didn't get the talking limb extension. I just got the ZX1000, which is just an extra limb. But did you get the extension?
I did, but I mean, sometimes it talks a lot and it tells me everything. And, it'll go through like its day, how it feels, but then sometimes it just starts singing.
What's its favourite song that it sings?
Well, it depends on the occasion. It was my birthday last week. It sang Happy Birthday, obviously. At Christmas time, Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Wow.
But
what's its voice like? Can you get it to talk now? Get it. Try and wake it up. Get it to talk.
It can be difficult, but I'll try. Give me a second. Paul.
We've got Paul.
Paul. Hello. It started. Paul. We've got Miranda here.
Hi, Paul.
She wants to hear you. Is that okay? Could you stop showing me to your friends? Now, Paul, come on. Come on.
He's become a bit of a party trick, has he? Where everyone's saying, show me Paul, show me Paul.
Yeah, it gets 1 second. Here we go. Will you sing for me, Paul, please? Okay. What do you want me to sing? What do you want him to sing?
Oh, Hark the Herald Angels thing might be.
It's out of season, but I'll do it.
Top season, yeah.
Yeah. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and blessing on See?
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Oh my! I have to say, I'm a bit jealous. Like
Yours is cool though.
I haven't got the upgrade. Get my extra limb to talk.
Yeah, but it's classy. I mean, like, you've got a massive arm now. You can do, like, are you really good at opening jars?
Oh, yes! I've got, like, I can do it super quick. I'll show you.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
It's really great, because I'm quite short, so
Yeah.
having an extra limb length is just like brilliant, because it's a bit like, what's that cartoon called? With the extendable arms and
Inspector Gadget.
well, that's it is like Inspector Gadget. Yes, I am Inspectress Gadget. Yes. So it's really handy. So if I'm sitting on the sofa eating my popcorn nervously, then I can just like turn the light on or switch the blinds. That's amazing.
And has this helped you with your career? You were going to go into the police, weren't you?
I am. I passed the training with a first class star plus. Largely because I can apprehend criminals or suspects super quick before they even know it. Like that, they're just there like that. And I can administrate very quickly. So if any of the officers have got like filing to do, I'm just like, it's just done. It's done.
You are going places with that arm.
Thank you.
You, like, the police force needs you.
Yeah, well, I think the whole world needs me. But I also think perhaps that your talking Paul arm would be useful for, I don't know, what have you thought about? I mean, I'm thinking MI5.
I mean, he can speak quite a few languages.
Perfect. It's perfect. I mean, you could be having a conversation with a spy on a park bench, for example, and Paul could be just listening in, recording or taking notes or, eavesdropping. What do you think?
I think you might be right. I mean, I've told you now, I don't know if that stops me from joining MI5, but if we kept it a secret, no one's listening right now, are they?
Well, Paul is, obviously.
Paul is. Yeah, he won't shut up. But yeah, I think it might be. I mean, Paul has a dream, right? He wants to go on the X Factor. But I don't know. I'm not sure if he's ready for it.
No, Louise, I think you would be amazing with Paul on the X Factor. I mean, because obviously if Paul's on the X Factor, you would be on the X Factor, wouldn't you? Because you're joined.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, being launched into stardom or glory or celebrity?
I mean, if I'm completely honest, I've always been a bit shy. I don't know if I'm ready for it. What if, people talk? I'm just going to be living in Paul's shadow for the rest of my life. I don't know if I can take that.
Yes, I do understand.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it, living under the shadow of another person? You want to, Louise, I think it is time that you just came out of your shell and live under your own spotlight, your sunshine. Let your light shine. Yeah, don't be hiding under the bushel now. Just rise up, shine out. Because you're a lovely person. I love being your friend. So I think you should just, don't let the bastards grind you down. That's what I would say.
Miranda, that's the loveliest thing anyone's ever said to me. But are you saying that I don't need Paul anymore?
Well, if you think Paul's going to cast a shadow on your own glory, then maybe today's the day you say goodbye. I mean, it's just a quick tablet. We knew that when we took the experiment. They said a tablet will remove your extra limb or your talking limb. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I mean, I can get you a glass of water.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm... Let me just speak to Paul just one last time. Is that okay?
Yeah, you take your time.
Yeah. Paul? Paul? Yes? Paul, we've been together for a long time now. You know, you've lived on top of my normal arm. You've helped me through thick and thin. You've opened jaws for me. You've sung to me at night. But I don't think this is working anymore. What do you mean? I think it's over, Paul. I'm sorry. Pass me the tablets.
Oh my God. Do it. Just do it. Shine your light. Does it hurt?
A little bit. Oh.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. You, Louise, are glorious.
I feel different, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I could do anything. I don't need a singing arm to get by.
Yeah. You can stand on your own 2 feet right now. It's just you, Louise. You and the world.
Oh, I've never felt so free. I don't know if my foot will like it though, because he's learning to play the piano at the moment.
Steve! So brilliant. Oh my God. I love the fact that you had a piano foot. Oh my God. That's so fun.
I loved your arms every time I asked you for something. and that you were literally Inspector Gadget.
Oh my gosh, and I loved Inspector Gadget when I was a kid. I just thought it was like the best cartoon ever. But I was trying to think of that movie, it's a family and the mother stretches, the son goes super fast.
The Incredibles.
Ah, that's it. So yeah, that's what I couldn't find as the Incredibles. Yeah. But Inspector Gadget is way better. Like Inspector Gadget just shits all over the Incredibles in my book.
Hot take from Emma Baird.
Hot take. Pro tip.
To get the Incredibles, go watch Inspector Gadget.
Your life hack. Yeah.
I can't believe I spent quite a bit of the scene like singing through my arm.
Yeah.
But it was really fun and really silly, which is what I liked about it.
Yeah. It's just really fun. I mean, when else do we get the opportunity just to play, and just to be silly and funny? And I think that's what improv is brings to people who do improv. It brings that, like, that just fearlessness of playing without worrying. Like, you're not worrying that you got a singing arm. You're just in it, you know. And I'm just in it with you. And it's like, when do we don't really get the chance to do crazy, like, just play stuff since we were kids, really, you know.
It is like kind of it's kind of a chance to revisit childhood in a way, isn't it? It's kind of, this is a chance to do something really daft, and it's okay to as well.
Yeah, total permission, 100%. And also we have tools, we have skills that we can apply to that essence of play. Like, we as adults, we play with tools and skills, which just sort of refines the play, but the sense of play is just central, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think that doing that, going back and looking at how you play, I think that helps you with other aspects of your life as well.
Oh yeah, like what? What's your examples?
I think that you're much better at thinking of ideas faster.
Oh yeah.
And working on the spot as well. I think that really helps you. Like, if something doesn't go your way, you can go, okay, that's fine. And like we talked about before, I think confidence is the biggest thing with it. I think that you suddenly realize that being silly is okay. Yeah. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, so me too. I know, not just, but it's important. It's just, I think it's essential. It's not just important, it's essential. Like, you know, in my opinion anyway, just to have something that is just pure, like a pure joy or a pure play, especially when the world is hard, you know. It's hard adulting. So like, and there's a lot of like, just, you know, awful, sad and distressing stuff, as well as just boring administrative stuff, but there's also really shit awful stuff going on. And I think I retreat into play. I find that just keeps me sane. Crazy world.
Funnily enough, I think that you gave me the best advice with improv with this, because when I first started, my trick was to cry when I didn't know what to do. Yeah, you remember. Or to kind of be quite aggressive. But now I've learned to play joyfully. And I remember my conscious decision to change that was, we were in a pub and you said, I'm going to give you a goal or a something to work on. I think you should be happier in scenes.
Did I say that? Oh.
Yeah, and you said that that's something you should try and do. And since then, that's something I've really tried to push in myself, to try and be happier. And that, I think, has really changed my improv and made it far more kind of funnier, and but it's nicer to do as well. You kind of come out with less of a headache at the end of it. But I think that has been really useful for me, and it's something that because it's quite it's not easy to be sad, but it's quite easy to kind of just throw all your emotions and be really dramatic, but that stops you from thinking and noticing other things. So for me has been like huge in changing how my improv.
Wow, that's so cool. It's so great to be able to identify like touchstone moments, like key moments where, you know, where your improv journey just changed or just advanced, and sometimes it can just be a really simple key thing, like that opens the door into, oh, now I can play this way, you know. And it's really noticeable as well. Like when I see you, your 10-minute scenes that you've been doing, like with Jay Suko and Ari, and it just like, I'm just watching you going, oh my god, she's so good. Like I love the moves that you make, and I love that you're joyful and playful with it, and it just you make great moves, really. I'm really thrilled to be playing with you.
You told me that. That's you who's like kind of, you've taught me everything I needed to know with improv. Not I can't in the books. There's stuff that I need to learn still, but everything that I know now, I think it's all from what I did, those stepping stones of being terrified in class to kind of keeping on going, my confidence has built up, and now it's just, I feel like those tweaks that I make, it's, I don't know, it's, I can't really, I'm kind of amazed at how that I'm here. Yeah, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you never stop learning as well. I'm learning still, of course, you know, even people who have been improvising for however long, 20, 30 years, they will always say, oh yeah, you know, you don't stop learning. Like the day you stop learning improv is the day you just, well, you may as well not do it. You know, that's part of the joy, is keep on learning. I like the fact that you kind of, I remember once the conversation we had when you said, oh, I feel like I've sort of plateaued. I'm just like, you have, like when you first start, you kind of have this exponential leap of this trajectory is so steep when you first an absolute beginner to the first like 6 months or whatever. It's like you're going like that. And then there is a very common experience. I had it as well, like where I just thought, I feel like I've plateaued. I don't know what the next gear change is. But like you said, you stick with it. You know, you stick with it. You find a different form to play in. You challenge yourself with particular skills. You work with different people. You form a team. You know, you're in 2 teams, so it's like there's so many lovely key things that you can do if you feel like you're in a plateau. And I remember you saying, oh, I feel like I'm just plateauing. And then you stuck with it. And then I also remember you saying, we were in a pub, and you said, oh, I think I get long form now. Which you do, you know, but it is going through those like these sort of knotty bits of like, it's like a forest, and then to get through the other side is ace. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, I always feel like I kind of like, okay, I get improv, and then something else will come up and I'll be like, oh, I don't get improv. Like the minute I can say that I'm good at improv, that'll be like, that's the day I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and you know, I like, it's a great question, and I don't know, it's probably worth a reframe, like, because I don't even know what is good at improv, you know what I mean? So a reframe is probably useful. Like, at what point do you feel comfortable in what you're doing, and at what point do you feel like you can handle anything, like curveballs or emotional connection, or like at what point are you comfortable, and at what point are you able to go, oh well, that didn't work, but that doesn't matter. You know, like, because I think when we're learning, we hold on to like what I coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know, I could have said that, should have done that, oh God, I made a crap move, oh bollocks, I didn't listen, like all of that. But I think when you're just comfortable with, you know what, I did the best I could, I can handle a lot of stuff, and if it's shit, I'll walk away, I'll just go, oh well, I'll try again tomorrow, you know. So like, how close are you to that, would you say?
And nowhere near. No. I spend like after I do an improv scene or after I do a class, I spend like a good couple of hours afterwards going, oh, that would have been a good game. Oh yeah, and that plays in my head. But I'm learning to let go of things more, and I'm learning to plan less. When I first started, I remember I would think throughout the week, that would make a really good improv scene. I'll say that next time, and it never worked. It never came up. But in my head, all these plans would like be created. I probably could write like a story of all the things that I came up with, but they never happened because it was improv. Yeah, and learning to kind of be, you know, go in there and not know what's going to happen. I think that's when it gets good. Like, I've been reading TJ and Dave.
Amazing book.
Yeah. And I think that's
the speed of life, is that right?
Yeah. And I think that's really intrigued me now, the idea of just going in there and not knowing what's going to happen and listening. I think that's key. That's once you know, oh wait, my partner's doing half the work here, you go, okay, that's so much easier. I don't have to come up with all these funny lines and all these funny things. And
So
I'm like, yeah,
like weight just lifts. I think when you embed that principle of, oh, I just my partner's also working with me on this, so I don't have to over doubly think everything or pre-plan or post-analyze. I don't have to do any of that. When you get to that point, it's like, whew, that's not really, it makes it easier.
It is. It's so much easier when you know someone else is doing the work with you. And I remember I used to like beat myself up for not being very good with words. Like, I'm not very witty. Like, you know, sometimes, especially in long form, you get people and they will not in long form and the short form classes especially. I always used to think you get people and they would just their brains would work at 100 miles an hour and they'd be like saying puns. They'd have like really funny lines and they're always so funny. And I was so jealous of that. Wow. But kind of realizing, okay, they can do that and I can work with what they've got. That's such a lovely thought as well, that I'm part of something that, for me, that's really nice.
That's so cool. And also they do they and you do you.
Yeah.
They do puns, but you do you bring yourself. And I think that's a really key thing as well for as you're just, you know, within the first few years of improvising, is going, oh, I'm enough, I'm already enough, like what I bring is enough. And so I can't pun, I can't personally I can't pun, I can't rhyme. There's loads of freaking stuff I can't do. I'm just like, but I can do character, or I can do listening, or I can do whatever I do, you know. I just bring myself. And I think that you're doing that as well. You just bring you, and it's always more than enough.
I'm always like fascinated by your characters. When you come in, you're totally that character. Like, and you've got like the accent, you've got the like kind of the characteristics, all the movements, and I think that's so cool. That's not something I've managed to do yet. So when I watch you, I'm like, that's awesome.
Well, hey, that's something that you can, like, that's great to notice. What is it that I'd like to get better at? And like, you've identified something, and it's like, okay, well, take risks with it. Just come in like with a dodgy accent, which is usually what I do. You know, but as long as you commit, like my first improv teacher, John Kramer from the Maydays, like his phrase, I think I've said it to you anyway, is commit to the shit. You know, just commit to whatever you're doing. If it is you know, if your accent is funny or weird or changes, then that's just the way you speak. You know, that's the way your character speaks. If your body is moving in a different way, that is the way your body is. That's who you are. And I think just commit to the shit, whatever it is, just commit. So I maybe that's something, if you want to try, just come into the frame and just do something completely random out of your comfort zone, and then commit to it.
See what happens. Yeah, no, that's my new goal. That's my new goal with improv.
I'm digging it. Talk to me about your teams and you know, where people can find your teams and you as well. How can people connect with you?
Okay, so my teams are Broken Chair Improv. So that was a team that was formed after doing the long form course with you, and we've been going for a year now, which is crazy. Yeah,
awesome. It's like probably your first 1 year anniversary is probably just gone, hasn't it?
Just gone, which is crazy. And my other team is Birds. I'm in that with you. And that's been a really cool experience because we've done so many things. We've jammed with so many people. We're doing Women of the World. Women. Well, I always get it.
Improv. I've got you. Women of Improv Worldwide.
Woo. Woo. And that's been like just an absolute joy to be on stage with people who are all over the world, who do improv in so many different ways, and it's just so cool. Like, we did that jam with the Adamant Eves, and they were amazing, weren't they?
Yeah,
they were. And like, they were so, I keep on thinking of their the monologues they did when we jammed, and how funny and intelligent, and I don't know, they just made me laugh so much. And they were just chatting about their lives, but they were so, I don't think I I don't think I could make those things so funny, if that makes sense, the way they did them.
Yeah, but also I don't think there was no intention to be funny. It's a natural byproduct of being honest or vulnerable or observational about your own life, isn't it? You know, there was a lot of honesty and vulnerability in the stories that were shared in our jam, and I think the humor is just it just came out of it as a byproduct. I think that's the fundamental difference between improv and stand-up, is that, you know, stand-ups go out there with the intention to be funny, but I think improv, you can tell a story like the Adamant Eves did in our jam, and funny comes just because we're being honest or vulnerable, you know, authentic.
Do you think that was as well because we were in like a big group of women? I wonder if that made a difference, because I think the topics definitely changed a little bit.
100%.
Yeah.
I was telling this to someone, like I was just talking to my parents about this yesterday, about how amazing it is to be in an all women space, and because the stuff that came up in that jam, we just laughed because they're so relatable. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest reasons why people laugh, is we relate. And I think there was something about being in an all women space where we felt safe and trusted, in that pretty much anything we were going to say was it was going to speak to us all as women. So you know, like there were stories about bras, and you know, the first bra you ever got, I mean, that just lands with women so well. It's like, oh yeah, I remember the detail, the shop that I was in, I was with my mom, at the colours I was looking at, how it felt, all of that. And you just know for a fact that, like, if you're in a kind of an all women space or non-binary, it's like that we're gonna go
That it's such a kind of shared thing, isn't it? Like getting a bra or getting your legs waxed or something, like something like that. That I think that knowing that everyone's either gone through something similar, and also I think that's something that's really funny about women. They get into as women and non-binary people, we get into like really awkward situations. I think that kind of comes with being a woman, and that's already really funny. I think that's something to say about that. Definitely,
it's really great, isn't it? It's really great. Yeah,
I've absolutely loved it. And also I attend Liverpool Comedy Improv. I go every Tuesday, but there are classes throughout the week, and you should go.
And tell me, what are Broken Chair Improv up to? I mean, you can find Broken Chair Improv on Facebook. So what's happening with you guys?
Well, we've been rehearsing online. We did a jam with Mischief in Action. That was really cool. When did we do that? It was a couple of months ago now, wasn't it?
July, I think.
Yeah. Time doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Me neither.
It's just, it happened at some point in lockdown. That was really cool. We've been doing lots of online rehearsals every week. We meet up. We're looking at doing some scenes actually and recording them. That's our next. That's something I'd like to explore. So maybe trying to do scenes like this, maybe, or doing them in small groups and trying to get them out. So keep your eyes peeled for those things. So that's my little goal for us.
Good. That sounds ace. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining and having a crazy old scene and a beautiful chat. And we'll go off live now, but we'll stay on to say tra. But tra world, tra 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 tra.
Bye bye. Bye, Mum.
Yeah, oh bless.